Hello and welcome to Truthspiracy, where we're going to go over some articles. I'd like you to subscribe, like if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. I like to talk about these articles that have been pulled up. This recent talk about aliens and how they're real now all of a sudden. Funny, ain't it? They only want us to know information when they want you to know it or make you believe it. They can control when we believe stuff and when we don't by putting it out there, putting the information out there. This is a recent thing that just happened, which is long overdue. It's insane to think that we're the only thing living in this world when the Earth compared to the rest of the universe is the size of a billionth of a pinhead. That's how big our Earth is compared to the rest of the universe. Knowing that there's something out there is very, very important, which there is. Alright, this is written by CNET. Let's look at this just headline here. UFOs are real, but that doesn't mean we've been visited by aliens. Really? So, that makes little to no sense. UFOs being real, all of a sudden now, it's funny how they all of a sudden write it like this. UFOs are real. And then they all of a sudden all of a sudden they change their mind and say, but that doesn't mean we've been visited by them before. That makes no sense, dude. These people want to write stuff like this and change it. The way they write it makes it seem like people have always believed in aliens, right? It's always been a fact that aliens existed, right? No, it hasn't. It's always been a conspiracy, right? Well, we're here on Truthspiracy to learn and to understand that there's truth behind conspiracies. And here's another conspiracy proven to be real. And we're going to go over some of the information that's come out. This is before the news was broke about real UFOs. This was written a few days before. Written by a guy named Jackson Ryan. We'll give him credit. Well, a little bit, I guess. Alright, let's read. We've been Naruto running headfirst into an extraterrestrial epidemic. A much anticipated, unclassified report expected to be delivered to the U.S. Congress later this month has sparked renewed interest in UFOs, alien visitation, and government cover-ups. The report, written by a crack team of experts from the Pentagon, so experts only because they come from the Pentagon and the FBI, right? So experts are not people who studied aliens or have done research into aliens, right? No, it's people who are work for the government. See, people work for the Pentagon, the FBI, or the Office of Naval Intelligence, which none of these people in any other sections of the government study aliens. Let's continue. Is expected to feature evidence of unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. So aliens are back in vogue in a big way. Their popularity is approaching levels not seen since the Storm Area 51 raid, when a viral Facebook event became a meme and turned the town of Rachel, Nevada upside down. Really? Jesus Christ. Jump on social media and find an endless stream of grainy video evidence and wild theories trying to explain exactly what UAPs are. Planes, balloons, drones, some even suspect life from other planets. Are you serious? It is life from somewhere else, I can tell you that much. It's unidentified aircrafts, okay? These are aircrafts that are not made by any governments in the world, okay? So there's got to be some other explanation, right? No, it's got to be not aliens, right? Okay, let's keep continuing. Our appetite for aliens has only ramped up during 2021. On April 30th, the New Yorker ran a piece about the Pentagon taking UFOs seriously. Wow, really? All of a sudden, UFOs are real. So, is aliens real? Let's see. On May 16th, interview with Lieutenant Commander Alex Detrier, a U.S. Navy fighter pilot, aired by U.S. news program 60 Minutes, discussed first-hand evidence of her strange encounters with unidentified flying objects. Really. So this is the only person you bring up in this article, is it? That's talked about aliens, really? People have been discussing and having evidence on aliens for years, but all of a sudden people want to start believing it because it's not a conspiracy. It's real, okay? This just proves it right here. All these new articles about this, okay? It proves it. The stories keep coming as we approach the release of unclassified report. With each new headline, mundane truths get buried with hype about aircraft performing impossible feats of physics suggestive only of extraterrestrial tourism. Exactly. It's out of this world technology. Yes, it is. It's aliens. Get over it. We're taking an inch-long flying saucer and running an intergalactic mile. Let's continue. Maybe you heard that former U.S. President Barack Obama said there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. Really? So, a former president said there's aliens. Okay? That's because he knows. He was the president. His strings were being pulled by the same few people that run this world. All the people who hide behind the shadows. That we don't know exactly what they are, resulting in headlines like Barack Obama just said something very interesting about UFOs. Really. Not the fact that he confirmed that UFOs are real. No, articles, headlines had to say that Barack Obama, the former president, said something very interesting about UFOs. Why can't you tell the truth, news? He said there's evidence of UFOs. Why is it not written like this? No, it's to confuse people. It's to make people think, to doubt themselves about what they're even reading. Jesus. It's called narrative, people. You control the narrative, you control how people see things. Kind of like marketing, right? Okay, let's continue. Perhaps you saw UK publication The Telegraph report on May 21st that the Pentagon thinks UFOs may exist after all, claiming the US government is now taking aliens seriously. Really? Okay. So they've already come out with news that the Pentagon knows that UFOs and aliens are real. So why are we not believing them now? Why? Let's continue. Media coverage might be ramping up, but are we getting any closer to the truth? That is the truth. The truth is that UFOs exist. What more proof do you need when the government is even telling you this stuff? Let's hear what else they say. I think the media is giving it vastly more interest than it deserves, said Mickey Wood. Really? You got to downplay the fact that aliens exist, right? That's not a major concern for human beings that live on this earth, is it? You see, people like this are a reason why information does not exist to read about. Who debunks conspiracy theory? Oh, really? He debunks it, huh? No wonder he's saying this, you idiots. Oh, visit his website. We're promoting this idiot who thinks he can debunk conspiracy theory. Let's debunk the Pentagon saying this stuff then. Give me your debunk of this, you idiot. Has analyzed the leaked UFO footage. Oh, really? A guy who just loves to think that, trying to disprove something that's already been proven. There really isn't any high quality evidence. Well, of course there isn't. You haven't seen it yet. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. People, just because you haven't seen it yet doesn't make it not real. Goes back to the same theory of a man, the man in the cave theory. Let's continue this. Expectation versus reality. Alright? I'm not here to tell you to stop believing in UFOs. Really? It seems like you are. Your headline pretty much says it all. UFOs are real, but that doesn't mean anything, you know? Really? Oh my God. Do you even listen to yourself talk, you idiot? Au contraire, unidentified flying objects are real. That's a fact. Wow, really? He just said it. It's a fact. Really? This guy just said it out loud. There's no need for further this next line is insane. There's no need for further discussion? Are you kidding me? This guy really just downplays everything. He's downplaying this to try and make it look like it's not a big deal. But unidentified flying objects not being a big deal. Come on, people. So aliens are not a big deal? Really? The issue is UFOs. Things in the sky we can't explain have become synonymous with alien visitations. Well, it's unidentified, which means it doesn't exist on this earth. Are you kidding me, dude? You are literally disproving yourself by saying stupid shit. Have become synonymous with alien. Really? It might be in the fucking word, really? It's called UFO for a reason. Here's going to try and fix his words. Many dictionary definitions include reference to extraterrestrial under UFO. It's probably time we updated that. Well, it's called unidentified flying object, which means it has not been identified in this earth. So it's unnatural. It's not from this world. So you saying this makes no sense, you idiot. Let's continue this. God, these people are so stupid. There's absolutely no doubt the Pentagon investigated UFOs and UAPs in the past. It ran a covert program between 2007 and 2012 that has since been disbanded. The Office of Naval Intelligence continued to investigate UAP, and in August last year, the Department of Defense announced it had established a damn unidentified task force. Really? That means that after the investigation happened, the Naval Intelligence, after they finished their thing, the Department of Defense then established a task force against aliens, basically. So they found out the aliens were real between 2007 and 2012. Then they made their own alien task force, which is what that says to me. I don't know what it says to y'all, but that's what it says to me. Considering unidentified aerial phenomena might pose a problem for national security, really, you think that's a smart thing to do? Are you really saying it like this? See what I mean? These people are not blunt. They're not honest with you. Defense agencies across the globe are connected. UAP might be spy planes from rival nations, for instance. Well, unidentified means it doesn't exist in any other country. They have never identified it, which means they've got all the information of aircraft from other countries. So if it's not there, it's not from another country. You idiot. Alright, but this is just one of the stupid articles that I've been reading. I thought we'd go over this one, but then we're going to go to this one. Written by Scientific American. Mainstream news saying this. Experts weigh in on Pentagon UFO report. The vast majority of examined incidents were not caused by U.S. advanced technology programs. The forthcoming report concludes. So what's going on? Why ask that question when you know the answer? It's aliens. It's something that doesn't exist. Look at this. Does it look like anything you've ever seen? Do you think anybody created that in their basement? I don't think so. But it's been these articles after another trying to now say, oh, I thought it's not a conspiracy anymore, is it? I thought this was a conspiracy. I thought UFOs didn't exist until the Pentagon come out and said they did. Which means aliens exist, people. That is the closing arguments of this idiot. All these people trying to say it's not aliens, it's just unidentified aircraft that we've never seen before. Really. Let's go see what this says. Truth embargo. NBC News. Look at this. UFOs are suddenly all the talk in Washington. So our government is now claiming that they're real. Oh, but get this next line here. This is interesting. After 75 years of taboo and ridicule, serious people can finally discuss the mysterious flying objects, and even skeptics say that's a good thing. Exactly. Because you're opening your mind up to it, the possibility that it's something that we've never seen before. It's exactly right. But notice how after 75 years of people after people being demonized for saying that aliens are real, basically all the people who said aliens were real, they were called taboo, they were ridiculed, they were demonized for you to not listen to what they had to say, because demonizing people is a good way to to avoid people's arguments, or straw man people from talking about stuff and showing you evidence that it exists. Let's read this article, shall we? Washington. Stephen Bassett and Mick West don't agree on much. Bassett has devoted much of his adult life to proving UFOs are helmed by aliens, and West has devoted much of his to proving they are not. So two conflicting things, right? But they both agree on one thing. It's good that after nearly 75 years of taboo and ridicule going back to Roswell, New Mexico, serious people are finally talking seriously about the unidentified flying objects people see in the skies. Alright. If you look at the level of public interest, then I think it becomes important to actually look into these things, said West, a former video game programmer turned UFO debunker. Wow. An idiot, basically. Right now, there is a lot of suspicion that the government is hiding evidence of UFOs, which is quite understandable because there's this wall of secrecy. It leads to suspicion and distrust of our government, which as we've seen can be quite dangerous. Which is why we don't trust our government, which most people will agree with me on this. Why are we doing this? Why do we keep letting these people in the office to keep doing the same thing and just degrading our society and our world and our government? It's just doing nothing. Let's continue with this stupidness. Later this month, the Pentagon is expected to deliver a report to Congress from a task force it established last year to collect information about what officials now call unexplained aerial phenomenon. Funny how they rename it. They had to rename it to try and say that it's something that's a little more natural, just unexplained, right? Phenomenon, something that just we don't know what happened. It just happened. Instead of just saying UFO, it's the same thing. People, they try to rename this stuff to make you think another thing. It's so stupid. It's so easy to point out now. Like it's like political correctness is there. The same thing. It's the same reason why they use it to control and to silence people from speaking their opinion. I don't care what you say. That doesn't mean you don't get consequences from saying it. But I don't care. I'm taking the consequences of what I say. But if you think you can debunk this, I challenge you to come at me. Why would our government be so ambitiously talking about this now? They say UFOs are real. They say they don't know what they are. We all know what they are, people. It's aliens. Let's wake up. Let's open our minds to the possibilities of all. With respect and love for all. That's how my motto. And remember, people, we were born original, don't die a copy. Good quote from a very famous man. My name is Truthspiracy, and this is a video about aliens being real. And all mainstream news is saying it now, which I wouldn't believe them anyways, because later on we'll have a video to show you just how corrupt our news is. We're going to go over a few clips and stuff, maybe, if I can figure out how to edit it. I still haven't learned how to edit, so I'm piecing together what I can. I figured I would just screenshot some of these and talk about them because I think it's rather stupid, and I point out every dumb word this guy said. He's stupid, but I hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to talk about. Send it in the comments. We'll talk about it. I appreciate everybody who watches. We'll see you next time on Truthspiracy, where we have the truth in the conspiracy. Just like we just did. We proved the conspiracy true.